I've just set up the sheep shelter in the place where I normally put it when they're in this location. So for 3 years we've been using a portable shelter. This is the second year with this one. The first year we had a smaller one. It was lighter. It was easier to move, but the wind took it away. So 3 weeks ago or so, they moved through this pasture, and you can see that it's pretty lush right now. It's recovered quite nicely. Well, back over here is where they finished probably 2 weeks ago tops, 10 days ago. So this is looking pretty nice in the way that it's grown back. The way I grazed it was I did not have them graze it all the way down. I had them graze about half and move. So now that we're about to start our drier season, the grass growth will slow down, air temperatures will warm up, and it will be more important than before to only take half, because you want the roots beneath the soil to remain long and have access to the moisture that's farther down in the soil. The shorter you graze the grass, the shorter the root system and the longer the recovery time. Also, the shorter you graze the grass, the more your animals are going to pick up those parasites that you're trying to avoid. The parasites live down close to the ground. They don't climb up the plant quite as much. So you want to refrain from grazing super short. But what I wanted to point out here is, since this is where this shelter and other shelters have always been for 3 years, whenever the animals are here, the comments that I've seen recently are kind of negative from some people's opinions about using shelters, because the ground underneath the shelter gets so loaded with manure and so quote-unquote damaged that that's why they don't like using it. I did make a video a bit ago when we came through this area before at how these spots looked when I pulled the sheep out. So if you imagine 28 to 30 sheep and goats hanging out under this canopy for a couple days at a stretch, as I give them one section, I'll give them one section here, and then a second and a third. So there'll be 3 to 4 days between this shelter and the fence line, the property line down here. So 3 to 4 days with 30 sheep and goats under here. It's true, it does get full of manure. It does look like it's nothing but dirt when they walk away. And that's what it looked like a couple of weeks ago. And yet, it looks like this now, which I'll tell you is about knee-high on me. So it does recover, it does come back. The main point with having a shelter is regular moves. If you stay very long, you're going to destroy what's underneath your canopy, underneath your shelter. So this is today's observation of this pasture and of the sheep shelter.